I never thought a dog could change someone's life entirely. Not until I stumbled on the story of Biscuit and the woman he was left behind with. See, Biscuit was not Ada's dog. He belonged to the man she loved. The man who packed everything on a Thursday afternoon and walked out of her life for someone else. He took his clothes, his shoes, everything that mattered to him, and he left Biscuit behind. Not out of kindness, not out of love, just carelessness. The carelessness of a man who had already moved on in his mind, before he moved out in his body. But that careless act, that one forgotten dog on the sitting room rug, became the thing that changed Ada's life completely. Stay with me, because by the time this story ends, you will never look at what someone leaves behind the same way again. Ada was 28 years old, and she had built her life carefully. She worked as a graphic designer from a small desk in the corner of her apartment. The kind of woman who had her routines, her quiet creative space, her own particular way of doing things. Emeka had come into that life 18 months into their relationship. He moved in with 2 bags of clothes, a gaming console, and a warm golden brown dog named Biscuit that he said he had found outside his old place. Ada had not particularly wanted a dog. She had her routines, but Biscuit did not care about her routines. He followed her to the kitchen every morning. He put his head at her lap when she worked at her desk. He slept at the foot of the bed with his tail occasionally thumping against the mattress in his sleep as if he was dreaming of running somewhere wonderful. From almost the beginning, Biscuit was more Ada's dog than Emeka's, in every way that actually mattered. Emeka just did not notice. He was already looking elsewhere. She came home on a Thursday afternoon. The apartment felt different before she even fully opened the door, quieter in a specific way. His clothes were gone from the wardrobe. His console was gone from the sitting room. His shoes were gone from beside the door. Everything that was his was gone. Everything that was hers was untouched. And in the sitting room, lying on his favorite spot on the rug, looking at Ada with his large warm eyes, as if he had been waiting for her all day, was Biscuit. She called Emeka. He answered on the second ring. He said he was sorry. He said things had not been right between them for a long time. He said he had met someone. She asked him about Biscuit. There was a pause. He said she could keep Biscuit, that it would be easier that way. She stood in her sitting room, holding her phone after the call ended, looking at Biscuit on the rug. Biscuit looked back at her. She almost called a friend who had once mentioned she wanted a dog. She did not make that call, and in that moment, without fully understanding why, she made a decision that she has never once regretted. The first month was the hardest. She cried in the evenings when the apartment was too quiet. She deleted Emeka's contact, then restored it, then deleted it again. She lay in bed on Saturday mornings, willing herself to get up, and finding no particular reason to, but every morning, Biscuit was there. He did not understand her grief. He did not try to. He simply existed beside her, with the complete present tense loyalty of a dog who knew one thing. She was his person, and he was going to be where she was. When she did not get up, he climbed onto the bed and lay beside her. When she cried, he put his head on her knee. When she finally got up, because Biscuit needed to go outside and she could not explain to a dog why she did not want to leave the apartment, he trotted ahead of her into the morning, as if the morning was the best possible place they could be going. And slowly, very slowly, she began to notice things on those morning walks that she had stopped noticing. The way the early light came through the mango trees on the street, the sound of the market waking up 2 streets over, the neighbor's daughter who waved at Biscuit every single morning without fail. Small things, but small things, accumulated over time, become the architecture of a life. 6 months after Emeka left, Ada saw him. She was coming out of a client meeting, walking back to where she had parked, when she saw him across the street. With her, they were laughing about something. He had his hand on the small of her back the way he used to have his hand on Ada's back. Ada kept walking. She did not stop. She did not cross the street. She did not make a scene. But she came home that evening and sat down on the floor of her apartment, still in her work clothes. And something cracked open inside her that she thought had already healed. Biscuit was at the door when she came in. He read her face in the way dogs read faces, completely and immediately. And instead of his usual full-body greeting, he simply walked to where she sat on the floor and climbed into her lap. All of him, all at once. As much dog as could fit into one person's lap. Ada sat on the floor with Biscuit pressed against her chest for a long time. And then, with Biscuit still in her lap, she reached for her laptop on the coffee table. She opened it, and she registered her design studio. Not because she had planned to do it that night, but because she needed to do something real with the feeling. Something that would still be there in the morning. Something that could not leave. From that night, something shifted. She worked in a way she had not allowed herself to work before. 3 months after Emeka left, she had taken on her first freelance project. She delivered it on time. The client asked for 2 more. She brought in her friend Chisholm to help. Then another friend. She posted about Biscuit constantly. Biscuit at the morning market. Biscuit at her desk. Biscuit asleep on the office rug with his paws in the air. Her followers, who had been a few hundred design connections, began to grow. People came to her page for Biscuit and stayed for her work. A year after Emeka left, her studio had 3 staff members, a small office space, and a company name she had been thinking about for years, but never had the specific combination of necessity and momentum to actually use. She did not plan to build a business. She planned to get through the day, but Biscuit needed to be walked and fed and loved. And those necessities kept her moving, and movement turned out to be the thing that saved her. 18 months after he left, Emeka called. He and the woman he had left Ada for had separated. He missed Biscuit. He asked if he could come and collect him. Ada was at her desk in her studio when the call came. Biscuit was asleep under the desk at her feet, exactly where he had been the night she registered the business, exactly where he had been on 100 evenings since. She looked down at Biscuit. Biscuit opened one eye, looked up at her, then closed it again. She told Emeka no, not unkindly, not with anger, with the specific calm of a woman who knows exactly what she has and is not confused about its value. She told him Biscuit was hers now. That Biscuit had been hers for a long time before this phone call, that she hoped he was well, and she meant that genuinely. Then she ended the call. She looked down at Biscuit one more time. He had not moved. She went back to her work. Ada will tell you today that Biscuit saved her life. She says that the way people say things they are completely certain of, without drama, without needing anyone to agree. She will also tell you something else. The man who left her for someone else left behind the very thing that got her through it. She does not know if that was careless or accidental or some version of fate she cannot explain. She just knows that the morning after Emeka left, she had to get up because Biscuit needed her. And the morning after that, and the morning after that, until one morning she got up and realized she was not just getting up for Biscuit anymore. She was getting up for herself. And Biscuit was still right there, tail moving, large warm eyes, present tense and unconditional, exactly as he had always been. This is the lesson. Pay attention to what remains. After someone walks out of your life, sometimes what they leave behind is worth more than what they took with them. And sometimes the thing that saves you does not arrive looking like salvation. Sometimes it arrives with 4 paws and a wagging tail, and sits on your lap on your worst night, and stays. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Drop a comment and tell me. Has something unexpected ever saved you when you needed it most? I read every single one. Subscribe for more stories like this. Real, raw, and always worth your time. All animations, characters, and visuals in this video are original AI generated. Content created exclusively for this channel. All stories are original. Fictional narratives written for entertainment and educational purposes.